So here are three surprising benefits I found of transitioning a little bit later in life. This video is for anyone who transitioned a little bit later in life, myself included. And by later in life, I just mean basically past puberty, like 20s, 30s, 40s, beyond. Number one, life perspective. I feel like I gained a lot of important life perspective transitioning a little bit later in life. Obviously, I was never actually a boy, but for a long while, society treated me as such. And I got to experience what that side of life was like. I feel like a lot of tension in society comes from people's different experiences in the way that people are gendered and the different stereotypes and what people are told they can or can't do or can or can't be. Having lived like both both roles of like boy and girl, like knowing what toxic masculinity is like from both the men's boys side and the women's side is actually really special and valuable, and vice versa, like knowing what misogyny looks like as a woman. I feel like it gives me a really unique perspective on gender, on identity, on society, on relationships, on how social connections work in a way that I wouldn't have understood had I not had those experiences. And I feel like it's really enriched my life and my ability to connect with people and understand things in the world. Number two, you get to experience puberty twice. I know this doesn't sound like a good thing, but hear me out. Yes, there's a lot of difficulties and a lot of tough things about puberty and hormone changes. It's also kind of really exciting and beautiful. You get like a whole new body or different body parts, and you get to experience all new sensations, feelings, sex, romance from a whole new perspective, develop new crushes. Obviously, not every trans person physically transitions and not everyone experiences all these things, but you get to experience a whole new slice of life in so many physical and emotional ways. It's kind of like when you go to the ice cream store and you have to pick like one or two scoops at the end, but like you get to try a bunch of flavors and you're like, that was interesting. Not for me, but I'm glad I tried it. It's kind of like that, but like for your body. Number three, this one's kind of person dependent, but I feel like for me personally, I found it a little bit easier to enjoy the changes, the physical changes of like hormones and have more perspective than I did when I was younger. I feel like I had a little bit clearer perspective of what I wanted out of puberty and hormones than I did when I was younger in my teens, preteens. I also have more understanding of my body and society and the type of womanhood and femininity and female role models I look up to. When I was younger, I feel like I was more at the whims of the women around me at the time. I grew up in a conservative suburb, so I, needless to say, didn't have the best female role models around me at the time. And I feel like as I got older, I feel like I have a little bit more choice and perspective on the type of women I want to emulate, both in media and physically around me. Obviously, this video isn't trying to argue that there's any better or worse time to come out or transition or to be yourself or live the life you want to lead. I think that's a beautiful process at any age. But these are just some nice thoughts that I had. I'd love to hear other stories or